people trembled in fear as rumors spread about a mysterious mark that promised safety and security in a world torn apart by chaos. However, despite several warnings, many were willing to accept the mark of the Antichrist, willing to trade their souls for the promise of temporary comfort. But what drove them to make such a perilous decision? Let us uncover the answers together. The book of Revelation is filled with fascinating imagery, and the story of the Antichrist is one of the most intriguing. While some believe that the Antichrist has already come and gone, others believe that the prophecy in Revelation has yet to be fulfilled. But who is the Antichrist exactly? According to the book, 3 beasts make up what is known as the Unholy Trinity. The first beast is Satan, who stands on the seashore and summons another beast rising from the sea. This second beast acts as a demonic ruler but takes orders from Satan. A false prophet who pretends to speak for God but symbolizes religious authority that goes against God's word and practices makes up the third member of this group. After receiving a fatal blow, he revives himself, imitating Christ's resurrection and giving his lies more weight. Many of the world will worship this miraculous beast, who uses economic discrimination to maintain the dominance of the first beast. There is also mention of a fourth beast, some interpret as Rome, which was still a potent empire in the latter part of the 1st century. None of these monsters are ultimately in charge, but God controls everything they do, and His judgment is what He calls His weird labor. In chapter 13 of Revelation, Satan calls up his 2 prepared vessels to exercise full domination over earth, an unholy trinity of Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. Verse 1 of chapter 13 describes Satan, the dragon, standing beside the sea and a beast rising out of the sea. This likely means that the Antichrist will arise during a great social upheaval. A leader will arise out of the storm-tossed sea of Gentile nations in turmoil to take advantage of the situation to grab power. The controlled media will release a climate of fear to allow this power to thrive so that the beast of a man can control the political and world system. The Antichrist is described in verse 2 as having the same characteristics as the 3 beasts Daniel spoke about in Daniel 7. This likely means that the Antichrist will be a composite of the preceding 3 kingdoms. Babylon was likened to a lion, and this man, the Antichrist, can speak great things that will sway people just as Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon did. The second beast is likely to a bear, symbolizing power and strength, and the third is like a leopard known for its speed and cunning. Since we know who the beast is, let's talk about the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is a concept discussed for centuries and mentioned in the book of Revelation. The mark is said to be the symbol of the Antichrist and is believed to be 666, the number of men. But what does all this mean? According to biblical scholars, the mark of the beast signifies allegiance to the Antichrist, and those who receive it will be doomed to eternal damnation. It's a powerful symbol that has been the subject of many interpretations and speculations. One interesting theory is that the mark is a visible tattoo or brand that followers of the Antichrist will bear. This idea has been inspired by historical examples of marking as a means of identification or punishment, such as the marking of Jews by the Nazis during the Holocaust. But there's also the possibility that the mark of the beast is a symbolic representation rather than a literal one. The book of Revelation uses a lot of imagery and symbolism, and many scholars believe that the mark is no exception. It could be a way of representing the evil and the anti-God nature of the kingdom of the beast. Interestingly, 666 is also associated with the mark of the beast and the concept of man. It is believed to signify the imperfection of humanity and our prosperity for sin. On the other hand, the number 777 represents perfection and holiness. Why would anyone accept the mark of the beast? The number 666 has been long associated with evil, not just because of its biblical references. Movies, books, and even popular culture have used it to create a sense of terror and mystery. But what is the mark of the beast exactly? And why would anyone agree to be marked with a number with such ominous implications? The world will have to make a tough choice during the tribulation. Those who reject the mark will go bankrupt and cannot buy or sell anything. The mark will be used to rule the world by the false prophet, a religious figure working for the Antichrist. Anyone who declines to wear the mark will find survival difficult, since they will be completely excluded from society. Our contemporary financial structure makes it difficult to conceive a situation where Christians are effectively excluded. But the Bible makes it quite clear that Satan's goal is to deprive people of resources and force them to choose. Would they stay true to Christ, rejecting the mark despite the promised hardship? Or will they give in to Satan's demands for their allegiance and join the mark to ease that burden? Satan will provide a false prophet the authority to influence people to accept the mark. We must comprehend the Antichrist's influence and persuasive abilities to respond to that query. The Antichrist and the false prophet will serve as Satan's devilish agents as he unleashes the dreadful wickedness of the tribulation era. The false prophet, a representative of the Antichrist. John claims that the false prophet will have everyone have a mark on their forehead or right hand, without which no one can purchase or trade. A religious leader, the false prophet, will use religion to fool the globe and economically enslave everyone. But here's the scary part. The beast will blind people with his beautiful lies. Despite not having red eyes or horns, he is a peaceful person who will deceive people by giving and promising them the peace that no one could ever give them. The devil will cater to them with problems of their solutions and things that no one can give. However, all this will be a lie, and the devil originates lies. In Revelation 13:4-6, we see that people will worship the beast, asking who he is like the beast. They will also worship the dragon who gave the beast power. The beast will be given authority to talk for 42 months, with a mouth that could utter enormous things and blasphemies to defame God, his name, his tabernacle, and all those who reside in heaven. All those who live on earth and whose names are not listed in the Lamb's book of life from the beginning of time will worship him. The beast will pose as a sheep, but in reality be a dragon. He is corrupt, yet will show up without corruption. He will be empowered by demons and millions will worship him. He will be gorgeous, successful, and driven by the very might of hell. The beast will use two strategies to deceive people. First, he will lure them with luxurious goods and materials, enticing them to take the beast's mark, number, or name. Second, he will use idol building. When the beast comes, the entire world will perceive him as a celebrity, and everyone will worship him. As Christians, we should never take for granted that the man of sin's scheme won't come to light until the rapture or later in life. Both the seas in Revelation and the land's beast were conveyed by John. The Bible refers to a man in 2 Thessalonians 2 as the man of sin and the son of destruction. We must understand that this man of iniquity will begin his operations in the final days to grasp when he will be manifest. The second reason people would receive the mark is that refusing the mark will lead to financial ruin. According to Revelation 13:17, the mark, which is the name of the beast or its number, would prevent anybody from buying or selling without possessing the mark. Well, the mark of the beast is a mark that will identify the bearer as one loyal to the Antichrist. It will be implanted on the right hand or forehead and required for all financial transactions. This means that credit cards and cash will no longer be accepted. It's a terrifying thought, but has been discussed for decades. Many people believe that the transition towards a cashless society could hint at what the mark of the beast might be. RFID chips and other identification devices can be implanted and linked to personal information and financial accounts. Some even speculate that the mark could be a tattoo or other physical branding. Whatever the mark is, one thing is clear: true believers will reject it. In fact, it is considered a rejection of God and His gospel to take the mark. It's a difficult decision, but it's one that every believer must make during the end times. But what about those who don't take the mark? Will they survive in a world without buying or selling anything? The answer is yes, but it won't be easy. During the tribulation, people who haven't taken the mark will likely have to use gold, silver, or barter to purchase goods and services. Gold and silver have been the currencies of choice for thousands of years and are still used today as a hedge against inflation and disaster. Some states have even passed laws that make gold and silver coins legal tender. Of course, purchasing things without the mark will be dangerous, as merchants may turn in those who try to pay with gold or silver. However, there will likely be an underground economy accepting alternate forms of payment. When rebels are beheaded during the final tribulation, it will matter to Satan if they chose Christ over him. It's a thought-provoking question that brings to mind Jesus' words, "Anybody who is not with me is opposed to me." Matthew 12:30. In other words, praising another deity is the equivalent to approving Satan. But here's an interesting twist. Can a person be for Christ without even knowing it? Imagine standing up to Satan for helping a Christian during the end times. Could someone do that without the power of Christ? It's a challenging question, highlighting faith's importance in our lives. Unfortunately, many so-called believers will reveal their true allegiances during this time. Satan's challenge to Christians could subtly prod their stubbornness. All it takes is a simple act to avoid death. The same spirit of self-deification that drives the empire resides in every human heart. It's a frightening thought. So, what does it mean for us? Satan won't have to work hard to trap his victims. Our propensity for self-deification and worshiping ourselves instead of God makes us vulnerable. It's not about being tempted to sacrifice to another god. It's about sacrificing ourselves. We cling to what defines our lives, what we fear losing the most, and what we worship. In conclusion, the end times will bring forth many tribulations, and we must be prepared. We must hold on to our faith, believe in Christ, and face Satan's challenges. So let's take a moment to reflect on our lives and ask ourselves, what truly defines us? What do we worship? And are we ready for the tribulations that lie ahead? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, do not fail to like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more.